Hi, I'm back after a week of not streaming. Yeah, not a short, not exactly a long break, but a break nonetheless. I kinda needed that. I was actually getting really tired lately. But now I'm back. How is everyone? I hope you all doing well and everything. Okay, I feel like if my schedule stays at least consistent, I am going to start making like official schedules on when I'm gonna stream and what I'm gonna stream. So if you guys saw like from my post on my Twitter, if you guys ever do follow me on Twitter, uh, I today I'll be doing arches. Tomorrow I'll be continuing with the demon alerts, and then on Wednesday I'll be doing I think it was the winner of the 2024 game jam. Hold on, let me just um the short form visual novel. I'm now the high school delinquent's lover, but I won out, which I'm pretty sure did win like the 2024 game jam game jam. I think visual novel contest. Don't correct me if I'm wrong. Ooh. Okay, but yes, today we're gonna finally start Arches. Let me go ahead and shoot the gameplay. Oh wow. Well, oh, this is gonna hurt. The music though is actually really pretty. Now here's the thing. I've been holding off on playing this game. Huh. Oh, sorry. Ugh. I can't speak today. Jesus. I've been holding off on wanting to play this because even if it was technically done, because I was waiting for the final final release of this game to come out, which did. And as soon as I saw that announcements and the download link for the final builds, I downloaded it and was and figured, hey, since this is technically safe for work, I guess there's no nudity or sexual content in this. I figured, why not stream this? I can stream this and put it on my YouTube VOD channel. Woohoo! But yeah, also like I played it. I've played Echo, and I think it's a really great game. I'm not gonna stream Echo. I'm not gonna stream Echo only because like I've already played it, so I don't feel the need to play it again. Unless I feel nostalgia, unless I feel some nostalgia from it, and then I could probably stream it. But that's not happening anytime soon. But for Arches, that I can do. Oh, hopefully. Ugh. Okay. Well, let me check the options real quick on this. Hmm. Voice volume. Wait, are we getting voices in this game? Oh wait. Judging from that one, that one teaser for one of the builds from a couple years ago, with Vivian Jade, voicing Brian. That made sense. Okay, hold on. Let me check the playback of this stream because I don't want it to be like slow. Hmm. Let's see. I'm just checking to see. Oh yeah, by the way, I haven't I'm working with like a new layout for this game because every time when I stream visual novels, I always have it like in like a separate box. But I figured why not give this a try to like make it bigger and enlarge it so that people can see all the beautiful details more. If it looks good, then I'm probably gonna keep it this way. I don't know, just trying to evolve my content. Anyway, why am I talking so much? Or not talking at all. Let's just continue this. I don't have tea with me right now. Run? Run? Okay. I have water with me. I don't have tea right now. Okay. Let's let's see what all the hype is about. Okay. Running was something he was always good at. He was always the fastest in his class. Just last year, he came in second in the 200-meter dash at the state track meet. Just 8 months ago, a coach from the University of Pueblo approached him about joining the track and field team after graduation. Just last month, he realized he was the fastest freshman on the team. Just last week, he started hanging out with older men who could get him into Pueblo's gay bars. Oh, fuck. Just 3 days ago, one of these men spiked his drink. Just 2 days ago, he woke up in restraints. Just yesterday, he was being tortured. Just 10 minutes ago, he escaped. But now, he's realizing that it doesn't matter. Everywhere he looks is only burning desert. There's no one. His attempts to scream for help matter even less because his voice is broken. He can barely wheeze after what the man did to him. And now his empty, droning sounds are being swallowed up by the desert. All the while, the heavy steps scraping through gravel behind him keep coming. The man isn't in a hurry at all. Running was something he was always good at. But now when it matters most, he can't do it. The fastest freshman at a D1 university is no faster than an old druggie. He definitely would have been if he'd eaten anything over the past 3 days. If his ribs weren't broken, if he could see straight. The man had given him something. He told him it was for the pain. But the pain is still there. And now he can't even stand. His balance is shot, and he keeps stumbling until he's just crawling on all fours. It's now that he realizes the man had let him get away on purpose. This makes him realize something else. He's going to die. Tired from the drug, from the past 3 days of constant fear and torture, and from trying to run, he collapses. He lays there in the dirt, sobbing, even though tears don't come out. He'd run out of those after all the things that man did to him. The light above is blinding. He wonders if this is God. His mother is a devout Catholic, and even though he never believed, he promises this light that he'll become a believer right there and now if it saves him. The crunching gravel footsteps get closer. I need to go. His voice is still ragged and hoarse. The footsteps come even closer. I have a meat. There's a childish, high-pitched laugh. Oh, shit.
Think I must have hit you one too many times. All you do is talk about your fucking track bullshit now.
The huge form moves closer.
You know that shit don't matter no more, right?
His chest aches with overwhelming sadness and despair, and it's not just because he's about to die. It's because his mom won't know what happened to him. And it's because the last text message he saw from her said, "Love you, bud," with 10 heart and kissing emojis. Fuck, this game pulls no punches from the very beginning. Holy shit. Huh. He thought he'd be able to do that the next day, or the day after that. After he'd been kidnapped, the man took his phone and sat on the counter. It sat there and buzzed over and over with messages, and his kidnapper only laughed when he asked to at least read them. Now the tears flow just as the man leans over him with something heavy in his paw. He hopes his mom is right about God. He hopes he can see her from the other side, so he can respond somehow. Shit! But there's only... Jesus fucking Christ. Okay. This game is gonna hurt, isn't it? I am fully prepared. No, I'm not. Okay, well, let's continue on. Cameron holds onto the seat tightly, the coyote's teeth rattling together with every paw hole they hit. His boyfriend Devin doesn't seem bothered at all, the bear's paw on the wheel with an elbow hanging out the window. He had been singing loudly to the music playing through the car's Bluetooth speakers, and it wasn't until cell phone service was lost that Devin finally seemed to notice Cameron's unease. Oh my god, I need to get voices for them. Oh my god, what should I do? Oh my god. Should I do like the Morris voice for him? My gravelly voice for him? Let's see. I know. Let's see. You're right, babe? No. 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 Okay. Okay. You're right, babe? I think you can go a little slower. What? Cameron raises his voice, yelling over the rattling interior. Go slower! Why? This is the kind of terrain this baby was built for. Okay, but... Cameron's voice bounces as they hit another deep groove in the destroyed road. Huh. We don't know what's around any of these bends. What if it's just drop-offs and we go down a ravine or something? That's what the roll bars are for, honey. And I'm pretty sure I'm about to chip a tooth. Oh, come on, you gotta admit there's something nice about feeling the road. Cameron doesn't respond and goes on clutching at his seat. Devin does slow down a bit, though, more carefully maneuvering around the most broken up parts of the road. What happened to the road anyway? It's only been, what, 5 years? Flash floods, according to what I read online. Obviously, no one's around for upkeep, so this is what happens. Oh yeah, I forgot how this state works. Dry as hell until a wall of watery death comes down the road during monsoon season. The coyote tenses up as the bear makes another smooth but still sudden turn. And it's even harder than I remember. But how are you a coyote, Cameron? This is your climate. You know better than to say that. Just because I'm built for it doesn't mean I have to like it. Yeah, but you hate it in Fort Allen too. It doesn't get ungodly hot there, though. I can at least deal with it. Well, the transfer to Bonneville City is looking good, so you won't have to deal with it much longer, though. Cameron shrugs. Milder weather would be nice, I guess. Devin grins. Nicer weather, nicer scenery, and nicer people. Everyone's a Mormon. Which is why they're nice.
And racist, fun fact.
The ones living here aren't. There's a big difference between the fundamentalists and the normal ones. The ones that baptize dead people and wear Jesus jammies under their clothes. Dev shrugs. Most religions are weird when you break them down like that. I'm just saying, whether it's magic garments or prairie dresses, they came from the same fucked up place. Devin doesn't say anything, and Cameron realizes how bitchy he sounds right now. Sorry, I just worry about how they might look at us. It's hard to gauge people when they're all fake nice. Yeah, that's true, but look. Dev nods his head towards Cameron's window, and the coyote follows his gaze. The rocky, uneven landscape has opened up to a wide expanse of blue. That's Lake Emma, which means Echo is... The bear looks ahead, and the first thing that Cameron sees is a tall, rusty sign with letters on the top that you can't quite read from this distance. Below it is a small, shabby building, and beyond it are a few smaller, even shabbier buildings. Cameron wasn't sure what he'd feel like when he first saw the town. If the coyote really is what Devin thinks he is, then right now he'd feel all the awful, evil things that supposedly happened here. Those small rundown buildings should be instituting the memories of their past, which would then be projected into his mind. But Cameron feels... nothing. Of course, he kind of knew this would be the case, but he'd never been to a place that was famously haunted. Not like Echo, anyway. So he worried just a little bit. Dev asked him in the past to go on his amateur paranormal investigations. All because the coyote could see things.
I see dead people.
He would remind Dev the proper word was hallucinates. The things he saw were manifested by his own mind. There was no reason for him to give it fuel by going someplace supposedly haunted. Dev got the message pretty quickly and stopped asking. They still talked about all those interests he had, though, and Cameron realized there was a lot more to Devin's interest than ghosts. And Cameron realized there was a lot more to Devin's interest in ghosts than just dumb fun. And even though he refused to entertain Devin's psychic bullshit, the bear still took care of him. He's done so much for the coyote that Cameron was embarrassed to think about it sometimes. So, when Dev got this chance to go to the place he wanted to go the most, Cameron decided he had to go as well. He's doing this for Dev, to show his appreciation for everything that Dev had done for him. Still, Devin has been trying to make this seem more like a vacation of sorts, like Cameron wouldn't be doing any investigations at all. He would need to talk to the bear and let him know that he was willing to do this for real, at least within reason. He also needed to tell him why he didn't like doing this, and that part might be hard. It doesn't look so bad, for a ghost town, I mean. Looks can be looks can be deceiving. Hang on, gotta pull over for a second. Why? I want to stay out the lake a bit before dark, and I also gotta take a massive leak. Cameron tries not to sigh, just wanted to get into the town so he can be sure that he doesn't feel anything. To really make sure that there's nothing to be worried about. He isn't worried about ghosts, but rather his own brain and what it might do. The road becomes smoother and newer looking as they pull up to the lake. Welcome back, Echo characters fist, and literally Kudzu, Chase, Devin. Like, actually, fuck. Also, Lake Emma, hi! They were trying to turn this reservoir into a recreational spot right when it all happened. They both get out, Cameron stretching his legs gratefully. That's too bad. It kind of looks nice. Yeah, this place has had a long string of bad luck. Bad luck is one way to put. Hold that thought. I'm gonna pee. He was very happy saying that. Dev waddles away, clearly haven't held it until he almost couldn't anymore. Cameron shakes his head, remembering why. I'm gonna need Devin to smooch me same. But Cameron shakes his head, remembering all the rest stops they passed on the interstate. With a sigh, Cameron leads up against the Jeep, staring out across the lake. I wonder, is my sprite obscuring some of the text in this? Let's see. If it is, I don't fucking care anymore. Well, it looks good. It looks good enough. If people want to see the full game in its immersive pass space, they could just play it. With a side, okay, I read that part. This really isn't bad at all so far. Sure, they weren't in the town yet, but all those dreams he had, all those terrible feelings, they seem silly now. It's just a small former town with a sad history. If his brain was going to manifest something out of this, that something would just be sad. Cameron knows that his hallucinations aren't real. He's known that since he was a kid, after he first saw a monster in a raincoat in his trailer home. He also knows that ghosts aren't real either. But Devin believes, or at least he wants to believe. He wants it so badly, and he thinks Cameron can see them. Cameron knows there's something extremely wrong that what could be a disorder being used like this. Devin is also aware of this, painfully aware. To the point that Cameron was able to tell days in advance that he was going to ask about taking him on this trip. And yeah, this is wrong, but the bear doesn't even think Cameron is mentally ill, or at least that's how it comes off to the coyote. Devin doesn't understand how it feels to struggle with reality, to have these problems and never get a proper diagnosis. Cameron just knows that something is wrong, and always has been. That and Cameron never really told him what it was like, so how could he understand? He told him a little bit, but he always been worried in the back of his mind that Dev would leave if he told him everything. Fuck tired. I love Cameron's big ass nose. Honestly, okay, so it's a bit too early, but maybe the art style in this game is better than Echo? Maybe it's better in Echo than Echo? I don't think with Arches they've been through character design to hell as much as Echo did, because if you ever saw like the old character sprites, holy shit, especially Leo's. So Dev took those snippets of insight into Cameron's psyche and somehow interpreted it as him being gifted. He couldn't blame the bear. Sometimes the things he sees do seem to have a deeper meaning, like there's more to it than just mental health. But isn't that just the nature of various mental disorders, not recognizing the illness for what it is? It had been over 5 years at this point, and Dev has seen Cameron at his worst, as absolute craziest, and somehow he stuck around and still believed that Coyote was just a normal guy with some personal issues. Cameron hugged himself a little tighter, realizing that now is the time to really talk about it. Yeah, Echo's style changed a lot over time. I do love the style they settle on though. Same. I do love the final art style they used for it. But I will say, like, I think I have the entire PDF historical like text about Echo saved on my phone that I still need to read, because there's so much behind the scenes shit and lore when it came to the development of it on it that I really need to read it. And then after this, they can have a fresh start in Bonneville. Whew, I'm at least 3 pounds lighter after that. You know, while I don't mind taking a piss in the wilderness, I'm not doing anything more than that. Yeah, I was kinda hoping there would be a porta potty or two around here, but it looks like we'll have to dig some holes. Dev! Whoa, just kidding, babe. We can drive to the rest stop. What's wrong? The character pauses, trying to get into the mindset this sure to be uncomfortable conversation is going to require. Just give me a second. Cameron sees the bear's demeanor change instantly. Okay, but while I'm giving you that set, I'm sorry for teasing you and being all gross. I know this isn't really where you want to be right now, and I was just trying to lighten the mood. And you know it's because I love you. Jesus Christ, stop! Devin goes quiet and swallows. The loud sound it makes almost comical. There's a pause, and though Cameron tries to keep a straight face, the tension just seems to break on its own. I would much rather hear... What? Fuck. I would much rather you hear... I can't read! I would much rather hear you make poop jokes than act like that. It's so weird. What, being considerate? Sort of. You are considerate, just not in that weird, anxious way. You can never read, babe. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Well, sue me for trying to be careful. I just don't want to say something stupid and... Cameron cuts the bear off, not wanting to put this off any longer. Devin, just listen for a minute. I know you haven't said it, but let's just get out of the open that we both know I'm here for more than company. I'm not that stupid. Ugh. And I just want to say that I don't think this is a good idea because what I have is some kind of problem, not an ability. I know, I shouldn't think of it that way, but I've researched it and I don't think it lines up with you having a mental... Devin cuts himself off as Cameron sighs deeply. Please, don't. I'm sorry. Devin cuts himself off this time, trying to hide a wince. I mean, you're right that we don't exactly know what my problem is. I just know it's not good. But what's important is if this helps you, whether I think it's real or not. You've done a lot for me, and I want to be able to do something for you. No, what I think doesn't matter. What's most important is... So, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna be your sidekick for the weekend. Oops, that baby just slipped out. You fucking typed that intentionally. Shut the fuck up. Wait, really? Dev, I'm not spending the whole time role-playing like we're having a good innocent time in that murder town. But I don't want to make you do something you don't. Oh, I want to. I might not like it, but I want to do it, if only for you. Cam? Nope. I made my decision and I'm doing it, but just this once. If you're sure, but please don't put me ahead of you. And I did some research on that farm you linked me to a few years back, so my sixth sense is primed and ready. That seems to finally snap Devin out of his reluctance, and slight annoyance at getting cut off every sentence. Wait, seriously? There were so many people like you on that forum, did you? Listen, I want you to find your answers. I really do. But I think the worst thing I can do is lie to make you feel better. I'm going to be completely honest about everything. Cameron leaps up against the Jeep. Whether or not I see something. Of course, that's what I want. And that's why you shouldn't be getting your hopes up right now. I'm just telling you that I'm gonna try. The bear stares at Cameron for a few seconds, just smiling. What? I'm just glad that I met you, and that we're together, and that you're here with me. Devin wraps an arm around Cameron, pulling him to his side as he leans up against the Jeep too. But seriously, if you ever feel like, I don't know, you're just not into it, just let me know. Well, as long as you're not expecting anything, I think you'll be alright. Yeah. Devin goes on grinning and Cameron narrows his eyes. Because I'm getting the feeling that you're expecting a lot. Devin pauses, seeming to think. Well, I'm also happy that you're being more open like this. I'd always felt like you didn't want to talk about it. Cameron also thinks. I just didn't want to be told that what I see must mean something, you know? Yeah, that would get old pretty fast, but since we're talking about it now, does it not? Like, some of the things you mentioned don't make sense, like that raincoat creature. But what about your old friend who, you know, got shot in the head? After I hallucinated that someone shot him in the head? Yeah, that one. This is what I'm talking about. You and all of us really like to see meaning in everything. That we have a purpose in life. A reason. Reason, purpose, and the meaning of life means nothing to the universe. Everything just is. Whether it has meaning is up to us. Yeah, yes, it's weird that I hallucinated the way he would die, but he was also involved with things that could have led to that. Cameron, that's called gaslighting yourself. We don't do that here. I knew he'd been dealing drugs in a really risky way, and I knew his life was in danger. And I was on fucking ketamine, all the reason is there. Well, Dev shifts around, clearly uncomfortable and trying hard not to look that way. I get that, but there's a lot of other examples I could bring up. Maybe it's coincidence, but at some point, don't you have to wonder if maybe it's something else? Cameron sighs. Of course I have, but what always worries me about this paranormal stuff you're into, and the afterlife and all that, it reminds me of my mom. Dev doesn't say anything, just waiting and listening. You know, towards the end, right before I left, she was usually amped up on something to stay awake for her 3 jobs. Whether it was amphetamines or meth, she barely slept. We had this box fan in our trailer, and one day after she turned it on, she asked me if I could hear something talking from the fan. Cameron had debated on whether or not to give Devin all the details about his mother, but he feels like he needs to say it. If only so that Devin would have some explanation as to why. I said no, but she sat next to it and listened, and eventually had this huge epiphany that it was God. And she did that for weeks. And that's almost all she did when she was home. Listening to the fan talk to her. I'm not sure what all of it was saying to her. I don't even think I really understood what was going on. I just knew that sometimes stim addicts did that kind of stuff. Especially when they don't sleep, you know? But she started to look for specific shapes. Arches and half circles. They said the title! We can stop stream now. They said the title. We can go. Thank you all so much for watching. I can't wait to see how your perception of their relationship develops. Oh yeah. Already I can tell, like, I can tell there was like an underlying problem going on. That's right, I am the Archer's credits roll. Yep. 10 out of 10 game. Perfect. Better than Echo. This voice told her that she could get into heaven if she passed under the right one. But the voice also told her that the devil would trick her with the fake ones to make the real one harder to find. She pointed these out to me, how there were so many. And yeah, they were there, but when you looked for these patterns for something as simple as the shape of an arc. Cameron traces a finger along the arch of the wheel he was leaning against. You're gonna find them. Eventually, she told me everything was warped. I guess she was so fucked up that these shapes just popped out at her, like her brain was highlighting them and she could ignore them. On the last day, she told me that even I looked like an arc, and that she thought I had been damned to hell. She looked completely done. She told me she'd be back to save me, and then just walked out the trailer. A few hours later, she drowned trying to swim under a bridge, and everyone in the trailer park kind of saw it as just another delusional druggie getting themselves accidentally killed. Cameron had told Devin his mom drowned in the river while on drugs, but the details are chilling, and the bear just wraps his arm tighter around Cameron. But I think it was a suicide. That she was just so tired of her shitty life that she bet on that bridge being the arch that would lead her to heaven, one way or another. So that's why I worry about following these patterns, even if it's just something like looking for UFOs or ghosts. Like, yeah, the meth and like sleep pushed over the edge, but is there something genetic there too? My dad had problems too. What if I'm predisposed to it? I thought drugs were making it worse, but I haven't used since the second month after I met you, and I still see shit sometimes. I mean, whatever is going on with me, it's stable, but I wonder if that will last. Devin clears his throat. I would never let that happen to you. I know I say stupid shit about it, but I know it can be dangerous, and I'm always looking out for you. Honestly, it's nice to hear that. Just letting my mom sit next to a fan for 3 hours straight every day feeding on her delusions was the dumbest thing I've ever done. But I was high on my own drug of choice because I just didn't care. But the thing is that even though the thing is that even though the hell she was in, she cared. I took too much a few times, but even though she was listening to her fan, in her own world, sticking post-it notes to all the shapes she saw. She still noticed right away when my breathing wasn't right, and I woke up to her spraying Narcan up my nose. Cameron sees Devin tilt his head in question. Which, it counteracts opioid overdose. But the thing is, my mom didn't like opioids because they made her nauseous. So that means she got those nasal sprays just for me. Just in case, even when I thought she was too absorbed in her own world to care. So it hurts to think about that night. How I just let her walk out of her trailer like that. I knew that thanks to Disco Elysium, LOL. That's gonna be a future game I'll be streaming. Like, when I get, like, better equipment. Cameron takes another deep breath. He hadn't planned to talk about that last part, but it just came out. Sorry, I really wasn't planning to go into all that. Dude, do not be sorry. Why is this our dynamic? Why is this our dynamic? But it's part of why I am the way I am. I know my symptoms don't perfectly match up with what you research on the internet, but they're close enough. And honestly, maybe you're right. Maybe there's more after we die. In summer, I can help you find it. But if things go south and something's wrong with me, just pull me back. Seeing the shape of an arch, remembering all the markers she put on them, it's like a reminder of what happened to her and what could happen to me. Wordlessly, Devin pulls Cameron to a hug, and the coyote presses his head against his chest. At that moment, Cameron realizes then why so many people love their therapists. He'd always worried that Devin would get too weirded out by what happened when he was a teenager. That he would finally see all the skeletons in his closet, neglectful, neglected, abusive, abused, and so hopelessly addicted. Just like his mother. The definition of trailer trash. Cameron was all of those things at some point in his life, but he knows that doesn't matter to Devin. After a while, Devin lets go and they start getting back in the Jeep. The bear is feeling slightly shaky. Cameron opened up just now had been truly harrowing. Devin had known bits and pieces of his coyote's history. His coyotes. But to hear it like that, how he overdosed and almost... Dev shudders. He's just glad that the coyote is safe with him now, out of that hellhole. As he's about to get in on his side of the jeep, he stares out towards the town just a mile or so away. While Cameron had told him that this had all made him feel better, Devin was feeling more conflicted than ever. Everything that Cameron had just told him practically screamed that this was a bad idea, that this wasn't good for him. Does it matter what he thinks about Cam's hallucinations? That his statement of abnormal psychology literature about hallucinations led him to believe Cameron wasn't mentally ill? No. How could he take him to Echo after hearing that? How could he ever drag him into this endless hunt for the truth ever again? Yet at the same time, Cameron's telling him he wants to do this. Dev looks over the hood at Cameron, tapping his blunt claws tapping his blunt claws against the soft top of the Jeep. Hey Cam, what do you say we just keep going north? Check out Desiree. You know, see what Boneville might be like. See what the Mormons are really like. That could be fun. While he says this, there's a crushing feeling in his chest, dreading that Cameron might say yes, but at the same time hoping that he will. I mean, with the way things are going, I don't even know if we'll be able to cross state lines in a few weeks. They're starting to shut everything down. But Cameron stares back at him before smirking. Oh no, this is something you wanted to do for years. Which, I mean, fuck me for dropping all that on you right before we got there, but you know I'm a procrastinator. I don't want you to feel guilty, but just be aware. And I kind of want to face my fears in a way, you know. I'm ready. And I kind of want to face my fears in a way, you know. I'm ready for this. And before Devin can say anything else, Cameron gets in. Dev looks over at the lake, actually not sure what he's about to do. If he was a good boyfriend, he'd drive away from this place. Cameron would yell, curse, and moan about how it took him 10 hours to get there. And Devin would shut him up from one of those sugary abominations from Starbucks. There's a Starbucks in this universe? I fucking can't escape my goddamn job! Holy shit! Although, if Devin and Cameron appeared at my Starbucks, I wouldn't be opposed. But goddamn it, I cannot escape my job! You guys couldn't just, like, make a fake coffee name? Like, Clawbutts. I don't fucking know. Star Beats. Fucking, you know what? Let's just continue. Horny, shut the fuck up. And he would never talk about Echo again. He would listen to Cameron and trust him about how it actually felt to see awful stuff. They move, get married, get a big house, and sooner or later, Dev would get his answer, because everyone does at the end. Star Fox? Oh my fucking... Oh my god, it was right there. It was right there, and I missed it. As they pull out of the parking lot, he thinks he's made his decision. But even as he tells himself he's going to turn left, back up the road they came, he turns right. Because just before he did, he sees a flash of pink in his mind's eye floating in the middle of a pond, and it's like someone hit him full force at the chest. Before he knows it, Echo is ahead of them. Dev frowns as they pull into the parking lot of the motel, staring at the graffiti-colored walls. Devin, no! The cartoonish caricatures have a way of cheapening this experience. Like, this is only a stupid haunted house attraction. So, this is home base, huh? Devin rubs the back of his head, feeling self-conscious after taking this place up for so long. It didn't look this bad in the pictures. People never have respect for stuff like this. I don't think it looks bad. I love street art like this. And it just makes me feel less alone. Like a lot of people have been here and we're just fine. Actually, keep an eye out in case one of them is lurking around. I hope they bump into Tutsu. Tutsu! Okay. Well, depending on which ending this is based on, which end of Echo this is taking place after. All the graffiti artists I knew were really nice. It's not nice to do it in a place where a bunch of people got killed. Well, I think a lot of people would disapprove of what we're doing, and I know you're nice. So just line up a little. Oh, jeez. Cameron walks past the bear, slapping him hard on the ass as he does. A distant Tutsu would move away if he was still alive. Yeah, he definitely would. Devin raises a brow, not sure what to make of Cameron's high spirits. They just had one of the heaviest conversations of the relationship, and... well, maybe that is why. If Cameron was feeling more comfortable being honest and open with Dev, then that could only be a good thing in the bear's mind. After returning a much harder ass slap that makes Cameron yelp, the bear joins him in exploring the area. Considering that the motel is supposed to be the most haunted building in Echo, Dev had thought it would be a good idea to set up base there. Specifically in room 12, but most of the numbers are missing and most of the heavy metallic doors are locked. Even though they're all dented from what looks to be the result of literal battering rams. Well, they sure seem to care a lot about blowing the place up. They probably got tired of dumbasses crawling in and getting hurt. Yeah, but luckily I'm not a dumbass. Hey, what about me? Well, I don't think a music degree will help us in this situation, but you're still pretty smart. Oh shit, that's right. You've majored in mechanical engineering and you worked at the most valuable industrial automation company in the country. Yep. Devin is a little taken aback by just how cold Cameron's response is. Well, go on. Your classes in dynamics and calculus-based physics should figure this out for us. Cameron's voice drips with sarcasm, and Dev can only assume he's making fun of the way that Bear had tried to impress him with his coursework during their first dates. But Devin tries to salvage the earlier good-natured mood. Well, I could probably break those boards as long as I move my fist at a high velocity. You see, the amount of kinetic energy. Great way of giving us exposition, literally. Dev's half-hearted teasing trails off. He never much liked the outright disdain his fellow STEM students had for the arts and soft sciences. It's just that it would get Cameron riled up, and that was funny. In college. Now Devin just feels like a dick! Besides, Cameron's ability to understand and play music is basically magic to the bear. Devin's grasp of music is surface level, and he's slightly tone deaf to boot. Cameron wouldn't ever point this out. He just sent a long attempt to harmonize. And while Devin had been offered his six-figure salary career before he even graduated, he had watched Cameron's dreams of working in the music industry slowly evaporate over the past 3 years. Now Cameron's working at a call center. Wow. Now Cameron is working at a call center he hates. The bear had thought himself to be so smart in college, and yeah, he did alright. But now he's becoming more aware of what a dumbass he is when it comes to communicating with actual people. With his literal boyfriend. He needs to apologize for this one. The bear clears his throat. Yo, Cam. Dev shuffles up to the coyote, but before he could say anything, Cameron just points at a door. See? Number 8. And the door over there is number 3. So counting in this direction, Cameron's frosty demeanor is completely gone. 10, 11, and room number 12. And wouldn't you know it, it's open. Sweet! Thanks, I went to college. No, I'll go in first to make sure everything's clear. Of what? I don't know, squatters? Well, get ready to find a dead squatter, because how the hell would they survive? Actually, you just remind me that there are a couple of creeps that live here, like stubborn locals that won't leave. At least that's what a post said from like 2 years back. What? I don't like the sound of that. Are they dangerous? From what I've gathered, they're more of the get off my lawn variety of creeps. Those types can still be dangerous. If no one's been killed by them yet, then I think we're good. But like I said, I'll look out for you. Dev lets out a mock growl. Growl. I'll make them permanent residents of Echo. And by that I mean dead ones. Devin? Now Devin can tell that the coyote really is upset. What's wrong, babe? You told me no one lived here. You said that a bunch of times. Cameron, it came up so few times on the forum, and the posts I remember were really mundane. I honestly just forgot. Alright. Devin stares at the coyote, waiting, but he doesn't say anything. Cameron, is there anything you want to tell me? If there is, I'm still hoping you'll be open like you said. Ugh, I know. Hey, it's all good, man. It's not like I'm expecting you to just share everything on your mind now. But I'm here to listen if you want to talk. It's just hard to explain. I guess the fact that there are real people still living here does make it a little scarier. Does it have to do with the dreams you were having? Dev watches Cameron closely, but he does seem genuinely confused himself. Kind of, but they were weird. I don't think they really meant anything. Yeah, I'm just overreacting. I just really don't want to have the deliverance experience on top of the ghosts, you know? I get you. And there's nothing wrong with being vigilant. My friend from Southland, the one from the town even more haunted than Echo, he says something horrific happens between a backpacker and an outback redneck every other year or so. How comforting. But while I was sort of joking earlier, if anyone tries anything, I will do what needs to be done to stop them. Dev doesn't tell Cameron that in the moment. He kinda does wish he'd gone through with getting a gun for protection. If those men are still around, the bear has no doubt that they have plenty of guns. Well, let's not think about that because it's not gonna happen. Unless they are squatted in that room. Not for long. The bear's exaggerated bravado becomes genuinely cautious as he opens the door. The room is hotter than it is outside, as if it were magnified and trapping the heat. Okay, yeah, this is doable. Hey Cam, all clear. Aw, no murderous hillbillies in the... Oh, gross. What were you expecting? We just need to straighten it out a bit. Look, there's even a mattress over there. Wait, we're not gonna use it for sleeping or anything, are we? Why do you think I brought sheets? Oh, I am not sleeping in... Kidding. Those are to give us cover for the disgusting places we might sit. I already told you I have a room booked in Peyton. And we'd better use it no matter how into this you get. Of course, but we might as well make this place as comfortable as we can anyway. Cameron is quiet and Dev turns to see him staring at a plethora of rusty nails on the ground around the window and mattress. Your tetanus shot is up to date, right? That's a great question. Loki wants to do something like this someday, but I don't think I'm the kind of person who would actually enjoy it. I think this is us. I think these two are us. Because I would want to venture to something spooky and haunted. So, we're gonna be going to a haunted place if you ever visit. Yeah, great. Just don't punch yourself on anything. I'll try to clean those up at least, along with the other sharp rusty things on this floor. Oh fuck, I'm touching this down. Cameron watches Dev step back, brushing his paws against each other loudly. Oh well, if it's for you. Well, to be fair, I do. Okay, San Jose. San Jose is like an hour, like at most an hour drive, and that's where the Winchester Mystery House is. So, so yeah. Mhm. Well, I'd say that's rather cozy, don't you think? I've seen actual homes that looked worse, so yeah, I'd say so. Cameron eyes the couch and slowly sits on the edge, not quite trusting it despite the sheet. So, what do you know about paranormal investigation? You say you did research? Turns out you just run around with a flashlight and call the ghost a bitch. Good one. Damn, sorry. Didn't know the reality show ghost hunts were such a sore spot for you. They single-handedly ruined the credibility of actual investigations. Well, they brought in more attention, right? Anyway, all I really know is what you do. EVP stuff, taking pictures, just sitting around and waiting, stuff like that. That's a start. Actually, I was thinking you deal with most of that stuff, so what I mainly researched had to do with those who are gifted. Oh, so what I mainly. Okay. It's almost physically impossible for the Coyote to use that word to describe people like him. Oh yeah, I wanted to say how early. Oh yeah, I wanted to say earlier how happy I was you looked through that forum. It must be annoying just hearing me go on about it when I don't even experience it. No, you're fine, Dev. Actually, Cameron much preferred to hear from Dev. Half the people on the forums were clearly liars with a savior complex. And then the other half were contacting these assholes to help communicate with a dead loved one. Cameron couldn't stomach it, and just ended up looking at a blog that seemed a bit more legit. Nice. So, what did you find out? The way the bear is lit up now that they're talking about investigating reminds Cameron that he needs to at least try. Well, according to these psychics, it's pretty simple if you have the extra sense. First, approach the location with clear intentions. I'm here to see or hear something from the past. Second, keep an open mind, which is something I promised to do. And finally, if you sense that the presence is hostile, always remember that it can hurt you. In these cases, they might not actually have ever been a person. Oh my god, it's Ben! Hey Ben, welcome! Ugh, fuck. We're doing arches today. Fuck. I hope your day's doing well. Oh my god. Ugh, I wasn't worried about demon shit. Even if I have a hard even I have a hard time believing in that. Hey, there's something we can agree on. Now I'm gonna go out on a limb here and assume something terrible happened in this room. Why else looking for a specific room, right? I don't want you to tell me what happened, but I also assume this is a bit of a test. Well, I don't want to call it a test. I'm gonna be recording and looking for the thing that happened in this room too. Just thought you might want to see if you sense anything compared with what actually happened. Yeah, we're streaming doing Chenya art just now. I hope your stream has been doing well. I said it's been doing well. I'm liking this so far, even though I basically just started. Fuck, I just spaced out for a second. I really am tired. But yeah, glad to see you being productive, which is a lot more than what I do. Speaking of, I really need to finish that one sketch I posted on Twitter, like a week or two back. Which I think that's a good idea. I'm just gonna do some light touch sensing, I think they call it. So I won't see anything, but just sense what might have happened. But tell me if you feel things are right, of course. I'll be fine. Alright, I'll get started. We won't go super late tonight, just want to get a feel for things. Sure, I'll get started by opening my mind and making my intentions clear. Okay, babe, I love you. Aww. Devin leans in and kisses Cameron on the head. Then Cameron watches as turns off the lantern, plunging him into darkness. Looking around equipment while trying to be quiet about it quickly gets Devin sweating through his shirt. He hadn't really thought about the heat, even when Cameron was complaining about it, but it should have been plastered to his fur, and he had to take it off. He's making an extra effort not to disturb the coyote because Cameron seems to really be trying, his eyes closed and ears up. Devin didn't even need to ask him to take out his phone so he could record audio. He just did it, and to Devin, that just proves how much Cameron wants to do this. As Devin goes around testing his equipment, Cameron shifts and mumbles something. Dev perks up. Hi! Sorry, we need to get the full picture. Damn. Hey, hun, I'm right here. You alright? I need to get more comfortable. At the same time, he adjusts himself so that his feet are on the suitcase in front of him. Okay. Something about Cameron's demeanor is bothering Devin. And Cameron's words were a little slurred, and he does seem kind of not quite there. Should he pull him out of it? Devin had never seen a sidekick in action before, so maybe this is normal, like a trance. He hopes this is normal, because even if Devin can't find his answers, he'd give him up for Cameron to discover he isn't psychotic. As he's failing with his EMF sensor, dread suddenly clutches at his chest. What if the opposite happened and Cam really did lose his mind? Like when his mom got psychosis. If that happens, Devin is only now realizing that he would be responsible. And how could Cameron forgive him for that? How could he forgive himself? Shit! Dev hisses under his breath. What the fuck is he doing? Bring his boyfriend to this room where that happened. He was usually alone or with his friends when doing these investigations, and his want to see something always overpowered the fear. He just assumed Cam would be used to scary shit, especially after he described that flat-faced creature in the raincoat that he'd been seeing since he was a kid. He just assumed. Why is it only now that he's realizing what the consequences can be? Well, it's because of the things Cameron had told him by the lake that had changed a lot of things in the bear's mind. This isn't something a loving partner does to another partner. He's fucking using Cameron for his own selfish reasons. Dev knows that the coyote has some kind of ESP abilities, but that didn't mean he didn't also have other issues that could fuck him up. That didn't mean that possibly seeing these awful things wouldn't cause him to develop more issues. All the wind taken out of his sails, Devin stares at the ground, thinking. Then he decides Then he gets up and paces for a bit, beginning to make up his mind, deciding that right after this, they're done, no matter what. The bear looks at the closet, the one where a wolf from the Meseta Tribal Council hung himself in the early 90s. If only he could see one thing, just one sliver of proof that she's okay on the other side, he'd be at peace with all this. Really, the biggest hurdle ahead of him is the embarrassment of ditching his plans and figuring out how to tell Cameron why. Dev lets out a shudder and sigh, standing in the closet, looking at that bar. Wondered if it's the same one that the wolf used. Devin feels something. Not a good something. A chill runs up his spine, suddenly shivering. No way. It's actually happening. Holy shit. Holy shit. It's all he can manage to say. It's happening, but it feels so wrong. Then a fear that he's never known before takes over. He wants to turn around. He wants to call out to Cameron, but it's like something is around his neck, holding him in place. And then he hears a terrible sound behind him. Cameron knows something is happening for sure. It's scary, but at the same time, it's making him question what he'd always believed. Had Devin been right about this stuff? Had he just misunderstood himself for so long? Could he sense someone? Nothing like the monsters he's seen in the past. He could sense someone, nothing like the monsters he's seen in the past. Instead, this was a man, in a suit with a bolo tie. He was sad, he was angry, and he was terrified. Karen knew this was often what psychics described when talking about sensing people from the past. You feel the most intense moment in life. This man, this wolf, he's going to do something terrible. And while Cameron is marveling over this, the wolf suddenly changes. At the same time, Cameron feels his focus turn to him. This gives the coyote pause, because now this presence was trying to interact with him. Was this right? Cameron thinks it could be, but something doesn't feel right about it. Like this isn't what he thinks it is. But he supposes that anyone doing this for the first time would feel it to be strange. Maybe he was doing the light sensing wrong? The point is to listen to the past like a recording. This direct communication is scaring the coyote, but this could be his chance to answer Dev's questions, and his own questions for that matter. I'm sorry to bother you. What's after death? Where do we go? It feels stupid and clumsy, but it's all that comes out to his mind, so Cameron asks it over and over. There's a long empty pause. Ew! Ew! Ew, I don't like that. And then something like a cackle. Shut the fuck up! Oh my god! It almost sounds fake, like a Halloween toy. But it's dark, mean, and it's making fun of him. All the feelings of wonder and hope for a breakthrough are deflated instantly. He needs Dev. He needs to open his eyes. Cameron's eyes are heavy, and he can barely focus. Something has gone terribly wrong. The presence is evil, malicious. This isn't a person. Now all that the coyote can sense is that a profound tragedy has just taken place. Did you tell the last to shut up? Yes, I did. Listen, every time these visual novels does something fucking spooky, I'm like, no, shut the fuck up. I can't. Like with Chenya and the fucking I don't know. The weird creepy ass sounds from that visual novel, plus that scene where where David was sneaking up on Tom and scared him in Coromino. Like that scene. Oh my god, I was like, ew, 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 stop. He needs Devin and he thinks he sees him as his vision begins to slowly focus. No, it's not. It's not Devin. Oh, fucking shit. At first, Cameron doesn't understand what he's seeing. How is Dev standing like that? Why isn't he moving? He realizes why over the next few seconds. The unnatural way Dev's weight seems to pull up at his neck says it all. Cameron starts screaming, but it's weak, muffled, barely a wheeze from his throat, and he can't move. Paralysis. This isn't real. This is sleep paralysis. But something about this is so fucked, so real that he couldn't have fallen asleep. He's almost positive about that. But even if he had, his boyfriend could actually be hating himself while the coyote sits uselessly on the couch. Terror begins to engulf him. How could this happen? How could he do this? What? Hold. We're dancing to this. I'm throwing it back to this music. How? Cameron tries screaming again, but again it's just a waste of breath. He stares at Devon's taunted image, instead of Devon dead in the closet. They took that picture in college, 5 years ago and just a month into their relationship. At the time, it was a token to show his other gay friends, to prove he had a boyfriend, and that he was a handsome bear. And he never changed it, even though he had no one to show off to anymore. How the hell did they end up here? The phone picks up and switches to speaker automatically. Cameron knows deep down that this must be a dream, but Devon is still hanging in the closet. And he's overcome by the horror that this could just be a partial dream, and that the worst part of it is real. It makes Cameron try and fail to scream again.
You want to know, like...
Cameron stares at the phone, unable to understand through the static, but able to recognize the voice.
You said you wanted to know what, like to die? I say it's like drowning forever. Conscious forever for while you suffocate for what made you happy when you were alive. Then again, you don't believe in anything. So what you really want to know is what it's like to disappear. Because you're scared. You tell yourself you want to die, that you wish your mom didn't save your worthless life, that you deserve it. Now you tell yourself that if it weren't for me, you have ended things back in college. We both know that's a lie, because you're a fucking coward. You'll stay alive as long as you can be with someone who can keep you alive. I could have treated you like the absolute shit the past 5 years and you'd still be around today. You fucking begged Dylan not to leave you. Just weeks after he punched you and gave you that scar. That one you said you got from falling down the cabinets? You're sick. Meanwhile, you let me put you in this situation. You said you wanted it. Do you still want it?
No, please God, no! Cameron can't even move his lips.
Anyway, I'm getting a little off topic, aren't I? You want to know what the afterlife is like? I would give you an idea.
Devon's voice becomes more muffled.
Yo, Lupita, tell my boyfriend what it's like.
It's quiet for a moment, and Cameron just sits in stunned misery, just waiting. A terrible... Dead Vaughn is an asshole? A terrible demon stream stretches through the phone, and Cameron's fur bursts all over his body. And he fights this prison that he's in with everything he has. And finally breaks free. It takes Devon a moment to realize that the terrible sounds come from Cameron. He's never heard him make a sound like that before. Huh. At that moment, whatever it is that has a hold on the bear dissolves and Devon turns around, heaving for breath. When Dev looks at him, he sees Cameron's eyes are wide open.
Cameron?
Cameron makes a sound again. Though Devin has no idea what Cameron's seen, he knows that it's something terrible. Devin feels himself begin to panic.
Baby, please, what's happening?
Cameron just stares back at Devin and finally snaps.
Cameron!
Devin is stepping out of the closet when suddenly Cameron lunges off the couch, making a feral sound. The look in the coyote's eyes is so intensely unlike him that Devin draws back in fear.
Honey, it's me.
To Dev's shock, Cameron's paws fly to the bear's neck, but instead of squeezing like he thinks he's going to, they rip at the thick fur there.
Wait, stop!
Devin manages to catch Cameron's paws in his own much larger paws, easily restraining the smaller male. Cameron continues to stare at Devin's neck, seeming to search intently. Then he looks up at Dev's face. I saw you, Dad. You called me and screamed at me. Though Devin doesn't understand, he can tell this wasn't one of Cameron's typical night terrors. The look on his face says it all.
Fuck! I'm really, really sorry. I'm driving you to pain right now, or wherever the hell you want to go.
But as Devin tries to pull him out to the door, Cameron resists. Wait, just let me catch my breath, okay?
Okay, just take deep breaths, okay?
Devin fumbles with the lantern until he turns it on. Huh. Then he stands next to Cameron for a few moments, listening to him sob.
Can I at least hold you? Please?
Cameron leans toward him as an answer. While Dev strokes his head, Cameron starts to rub his back, like he knows that Dev had been terrified to. I'm fine. It was just a really intense vision.
I'm so sorry. I've never seen you like that before. You scared the absolute shit out of me. Did you think I was attacking you?
Huh?
You were going after my neck, sort of.
Oh, no, I saw you hanging in the closet. Cameron's breath hitches in his chest. Like, from your neck.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it was so fucking real. They hold each other in silence for a while, Devin mulling over what Cameron had just told him. Devin no longer has doubts that Cameron is psychic, but right now that doesn't matter. He just wants the coyote to feel safe again. Devin?
Yeah, honey?
I think you're right.
What about?
Something happened. I don't know if it's ghosts or whatever the hell else that could have been, but that wasn't just me. I've never felt or seen things like that before. There's more to this than me being crazy. There has to be.
We can talk about this when we're in Peyton, okay?
Dev, I promise to be honest with you. I need to tell you something now, otherwise I probably never will.
What is it?
Dev's heart starts to pound as he sees the look on Cameron's face. Lupita was in his vision, Dev. But please believe me when I say that I don't think it was really her, but...
What?
Cameron hesitates.
Cameron, please tell me.
I'm really sorry, but I heard her. It was awful, and I don't know, it was just a scream. It was horrible. The floor seems to fall out from under Devin, and he feels like he's fallen into an abyss. Oh my god, new CG, hi! Oh, we're trying to see, like, how is it... Okay, so the stream is still good. It's not, like, lagging or anything. Good. Cameron watches as the motel parking lot disappears into the night. They had left most of the stuff behind in the room, only bringing along what they absolutely needed. Cameron had wanted to take a bit slower, to think things over before running away like this. But weirdly enough, it was Devin that was ushering him out as quickly as he could. Well, no, it made sense. What was truly weird was how Cameron had felt, and how he still feels now. Despite what had just happened, despite the absolute horror of it all, there's still a part of Cameron that still wants to stay. Cameron has to assume that this is nothing like what Dev has seen in his previous investigations, and that maybe he also felt that overwhelming feeling of wrongness. But it also feels wrong to just leave after hearing what he had heard. He expected Dev to want to stay after Cameron had told him about Lupita. And if Dev had asked him to stay, Cameron would have done so, if only to search for better closure after hearing her scream. Despite Dev's calm appearance, Cameron knows that his mind must be in turmoil right now. Now, with the night ending like this, he thinks that maybe he shouldn't have told Devin what he heard. Yeah, he promised to be honest about it, but the hallucinations, no. The vision felt like a lie somehow, a trick. It felt real, it happens, but it also felt like something nefarious was behind it all. He felt it when the wolf had focused on him, as if that unseen something he had taken the wheel and started steering things where it wanted them to go. Even if he has no idea what that something could be, Cameron hopes that's the case. The alternative is that the afterlife really is only suffering, and that would mean his mother is in the same place. That everyone is going to that place. Cameron squirms in his seat, the feeling of a suffocating dread creeping up under his neck. Drowning forever. Cameron suddenly turns to look at his boyfriend, unable to deal with the awkward silence any longer. Devin? Devin tilts his head slightly in Cameron's direction, brows raised to show he's listening.
Yeah, honey?
He doesn't take his eyes off the road. Either because it's nighttime, or more likely because of what they just dealt with, the bear is being notably cautious. Still, there's a sense of urgency in his driving, like he's trying to get out of there as fast as he can. Kevin struggles to find the right words.
Hey, let's talk about when I get on the freeway, okay? I just gotta focus right now.
Cameron can't wait until then. Are we coming back? Cameron sees Dev's brows rise again. This time in surprise.
No, of course not. We're done. I'm an idiot for doing this in the first place. And again, I'm sorry.
Cameron can't quash the feeling that he should be the one apologizing right now. But
there's a theme park in Paine called Southwest Adventures. I thought about going there at the end of our investigation, but we could do that tomorrow instead.
Dev pauses, apparently waiting for a response, but Cameron can't think of one to give them.
I think it could be fun.
Cameron is almost certain that the same word Devin used just before they left to describe. Cameron is almost certain that's the same words Devin used just before they left to describe how this investigation would feel. Fun. I think we need to come back. We can't just leave things like that. That was just so fucked. Cameron sees Dev grit his teeth and the coyote feels of recoil a bit. It's like he did on a daily basis with Dylan. Sorry, I...
No, you're fine. I'm just having trouble seeing the goddamn road. Let's just leave it until I can see where I'm going, okay, hon?
The coyote steels himself. He shouldn't ever feel afraid of Devin. He doesn't need to. I think we should come back tomorrow. Keep this going like you planned. There's something more to this and I want to help find out what it is. No, you fucking don't! It is Echo! It is goddamn Echo! What the fuck? He says it firmly, in a way that he hopes shows Devin that he's not completely fragile, even if he did break down in the motel room. But Devin is quiet, and Cameron feels himself starting to get a little frustrated that he's being ignored. But then the bear responds.
No. No, I don't think so. I'll probably come back, but with another sidekick. I'm not gonna put you through that ever again.
Despite knowing Devin means no offense to this, Cameron feels offended. Like Devin doesn't think he's good enough or strong enough to do this. And then they left Echo and they got married. The end. Please! Please! But I want to, especially if you're just gonna come back. You think I'm just gonna sit at home knowing you're back out in this hellhole?
Listen, Cameron, I've been to a lot of haunted places, but there's something different about this town that feels really off. Fucked, like you said, and I don't want you anywhere near it. You said to pull you back if things go south, and they went south.
Now it's Cameron who grits his teeth. But I want to. Do you still want it? Sam? Are you back again? Is that you? Oh, you troublemaker. I know you need to find answers, but after feeling what I felt, I need answers too. Dev's careful maneuvering along the broken road hits a pothole and the interior shakes. Devin winces.
Babe, please, let's talk about this later. I just want to get us to Peyton safely right now.
And just like that, Cameron's determination dries up. He hates himself for being such a coward. Things had always felt unequal in their relationship, but it was rare for Dev to just say it out loud. To tell the Coyote what's good for him even though Cameron told him what he wanted. It's nothing like it was with Dylan, but the feeling is similar, and Cameron doesn't like that. Well, what if I don't want you to come back here either? Devin takes a deep breath, but manages to keep calm.
Then we can talk about it, when we're safely back home.
Cameron goes quiet again. They're halfway past the lake, the body of water looking like a giant dark pit except where the moon glitters on its surface. And that's when Cameron sees something out of the corner of his eye. There's something on the road between two craters of broken asphalt. Cameron stares for several seconds, not sure if he's seeing what he thinks he's seeing. He waits for Devin to say something, to wonder what the hell that is in front of him. But he says nothing, almost like he doesn't see it. Yet, there it is, right in front of them. And it's right where Devin is about to go and the barrier isn't stopping. Cameron manages to jerk himself out of his stunned daze. Oh my god, Dev, look!
What?
Devin looks at Cameron, his eyes off the road, and still the Jeep moves forward. Stop! Why isn't he stopping? The Coyote does the first thing that comes to his mind. Time slows down. It's just like what happened back in high school, right before he got hit by a car while skateboarding. He has more time to react now than he did then, though, and he slides his arm under his seatbelt to get free and reaches across to Devin's side. He grabs the wheel, and even though Devin has started the brake, it's not fast enough, and they're less than 20 feet away from hitting it. The Coyote doesn't think, acting out pure instincts. Cameron turns the wheel to the right. Hard, don't do that. Don't do that! No! Devin can't comprehend what Cameron was doing before they hit something, and the jolt is far worse than any pothole he hit on the road. First, he's been thrown to the left, slamming into his window before he bounces back towards Cameron. Then the bear is thrown into his seatbelt. In the back of his mind, he's aware that Cameron is half out of his own seatbelt, having been thrown sideways over the center console. Driven by what feels like pure reflex, Devin throws his arm across the Coyote in an attempt to hold him back. Cameron's muzzle meets the bear's thick arm before his forearm smacks into the screen of the head unit. Me when I get my license, god damn it. And that's why you'll be my passenger princess, honey. A numbing, tingling feeling explodes across his entire arm. Ah, fuck! Dev brings his arm to his chest, trailing as he winces. Are you alright? Cameron's breathless voice next to him is enough to reassure Dev that the Coyote isn't seriously injured. The airbags hadn't been deployed, even though the impact had felt serious.
Yeah, my funny bone. What about you?
Let me see your face. Devin tries to grab Cameron's muscle to have a closer look at him. It's hard to see with only a glow of the Jeep's headlights, now dimmed from the swirling dust kicked up by the accident. But Cameron pulls away, opening his door to get out.
Cameron, what?
The coyote yelps as he seems to lose his footing. Almost immediately it falls hard.
Cam!
Dev unbuckles his seatbelt and almost tries to climb out Cameron's side of the Jeep. Then, realizing what he's doing, opens his own door to get out, almost falling himself as his feet touch uneven ground. What the fuck? Dust closes his mouth as he looks up the road, and immediately he can still see Echo from here. He knew this was going to happen. That something was going to prevent them from getting out. He could feel it since he started driving. He just didn't expect Cameron to cause it. The Jeep is tilted forward, the front wheels wedged into a deep trench carved out by years of flooding along the edge of the road. Not Cam falling, he's so chase-coded. He literally is chase-coded. With the fucking hallucinations the fucking visions and hallucinations he's seeing. Thus, I'm pretty sure that was Sam talking earlier to him. Dev stumbles around the front of the Jeep, sprinting against the headlights before looking down where Cameron had fallen. But he only sees blackness.
Cameron?
He starts to panic, seriously considering that the coyote would have fallen to a sinkhole, but then... Over here! He's driven Chunter. Dev looks back towards the road, the dust finally clearing, and sees that Cameron is already there, standing in the middle of it, looking around confused like he's lost something.
What the fuck are you doing?
Dev stumbles back around the Jeep, just wanting to get the coyote back inside so he doesn't go run off somewhere. The bear already suspects that Cameron is having a mental breakdown, and if they don't get the hell out of here soon, Dev thinks he might join him. I saw someone.
Cameron, slow down. Let me see your face. I felt like I almost broke my arm.
No, I know I did. Cameron ignores Dev's paws that are reaching out towards him and starts walking up the road, looking back and forth.
Cam. Ugh.
The stress of what just happened along with Cameron barely acknowledging his presence is too much. He grabs Cameron's arm, forcing him to fully turn around and face him.
What the hell are you doing?
Cameron flinches and raises his arms up, crossing one wrist over the other, covering his face like he thinks Dev is going to...
Cameron, what?
But the coyote just lowers his arms, looking around again. I saw something. Someone. It was like a little kid sitting on the road. Didn't you see them? Devin wants to ask why Cameron acted like he was going to get hit, but the coyote is in such clear distress the bear isn't sure what to say. Then Cameron looks at the Jeep as to see what had happened for the first time. Shit, I didn't mean to crash your car. I swear I saw someone, and I wouldn't do that on purpose. Cameron's breath started to become erratic, gasping for air.
Honey, come here.
I can't breathe. Dev wraps his arms around the coyote even as he starts to try and pull away. Let it go. I need to go.
Listen, Cameron. Breathe with me.
Dev presses the side of Cameron's head to his chest and takes a deep breath.
Remember? In and out, slowly.
Devin keeps his voice upbeat, his expression cheerful, the complete opposite of what he's actually feeling right now. But showing how distressed he is clearly isn't helping the situation. So this breathing exercise is also for his benefit. The last time they'd done this was at least a few years ago now. And just like last time, it seems to work. The coyote fighting his gasping for a minute before his breathing becomes more steady, albeit a little shaky. They breathe in unison for a few minutes, the bear stroking Cameron's head like he had only half an hour ago in the motel room. Was it really only 2 hours ago that he'd been giddy at the thought of a paranormal investigation with his sighted boyfriend? Finally, Cameron pulls away gently. I'm sorry.
Hey, don't apologize. You said you thought you saw someone?
I thought I did. I didn't mean to fuck up your car, though.
Huh. Well, if you thought you saw someone, then I'm glad you did that. Considering how slow we were going, I'd rather the car turn into dirt than run over somebody. Now, just hold still for a second so I can check you out. You face planted into my arm pretty hard back there.
Dev gently turns Cameron towards the headlights of the still running car, lightly running his blunt claws through the fur. I thought it was an otter. I can see the tail and everything. One of Devon's claws grazes over a small lump under Cameron's fur on the bridge of his snout, and the coyote winces. Does that hurt? A little bit. I didn't even notice until just now.
That's probably from my elbow.
What about your arm? You sure it's alright? Cameron starts doing his own check to Devon's arm.
Dude, my arm is Ow!
The bear yelps as Cameron prods right into a spot that has suddenly becoming very sore. Did that really hurt that much?
Not really. It just surprised me.
And then Kuzu found them and helped them, and they all became friends and went to Peyton to have a drink. Good ending. Literally! Please! Please, I need a good ending. Really?
Yep, see? Bitten it without pain.
Yeah, I believe you. Just be careful with it. Cameron sighs, looking back at the Jeep. I'm going crazy. The relief Devon had felt after seeing Cameron return to his usual snarky self deflates at those words.
What? No, you're not. You're just... We're both on edge right now.
Well, it really did feel like I was losing my mind for a minute there. Thanks for helping me.
Of course, now, just, chit out the damage.
Yeah, the back wheels aren't even touching the ground.
Well, I'll have a better look. Hang tight, babe.
Alright. Devon starts to analyze the status of his Jeep, and he can tell right away that they aren't going anywhere. Both front wheels are almost buried in the sandy trench below, and both of the back wheels are definitely off the ground, the undercarriage balanced on the road's edge. Still, Dev gets in, and after telling Cam to stand clear, very gently tries to back out. The bear winces at the scraping sounds from the metal undercarriage, realizing how desperate he is to get out of here, considering how hopelessly stupid this attempt is. After realizing he's only spinning the wheels deeper into the dirt, he stops. The bear turns off the engine, sighing and pressing his head against the steering wheel. Sure, it's sucked that his Jeep is probably all fucked up now, but that doesn't matter. More than anything, he just wants to be out of Echo. He thinks back on how strange it is that Cameron immediately tried to convince him that he didn't do it on purpose. Devon didn't need to be convinced because he hadn't even considered that was the case, but because of how he brought it up. Devon quickly shuts that down, deciding that now isn't the time for shady thoughts like that. Finally, the bear gets out, fixing a smile on his face again, so Cameron won't feel so bad. Oh, he's taking it personally. Because I have a feeling that Dylan was, from what I've just read for, Cameron was in an abusive relationship with a guy named Dylan. And now he's kind of projecting those feelings onto Devon. I see. Finally, the bear gets out, fixing a smile on his face again so Cameron won't feel so bad.
Alright, so... Cameron?
Dev looks around and to his dismay spots the coyote a ways up the road, towards Echo again, though he's standing off to the side right next to the lake. He's looking over the edge down at the water.
Hey, Cameron, you alright?
The bear jogs up to the coyote, putting an arm around him.
You alright?
Cameron finally turns to look at the bear. Yeah.
Stay next to me, alright? I want you to be close after everything that's happened.
I was just trying to stay out of the way.
Are you looking for something?
Dev looks over the edge at the murky wire below. Almost immediately after, the bear instinctively pulls back, taking Cameron with him. Yeah, I just thought that because otters are good swimmers that maybe... Cameron lets out a fake laugh. Sorry, I'm crazy, don't mind me.
Come on, don't do that.
Cameron goes quiet. Seeing just how unhappy Cameron is, the bear takes a deep breath, deciding to tell him.
Back in the early 2000s, an otter kid drowned in this lake. I wonder if maybe that's who you saw.
Really? I knew it was fucking Sydney!
Yeah, along with a few dozen other people over the last 70 years. I have a list for the lake and other places we were gonna go.
So you're saying I saw that because I'm psychic? You don't seem very thrilled with that idea.
I'm not through with any of this anymore.
It really reminds Dev that Cameron could see anything, terrible things, and that could lead to more mental anguish for his boyfriend.
Anyway, we are stuck pretty badly.
What do we do?
Don't worry, we got options.
We want to get to the highway, but it's a bit of a walk. I think about 7 or 8 miles. That might be a bit too much with it being dark and on a half-destroyed road.
I think we should try to get a little bit of sleep, then start walking at dawn. We'll have light, and if we keep up the good pace, we'll get to the highway before it gets too hot and be able to flag down help.
Cameron is quiet.
So what do you think?
Remember a while back when I asked what we'd do if there was an emergency? You said there was still cell service in parts of the town.
Did I?
Yeah, Dev, you know what I'm talking about. It makes way more sense to find cell service right next to us and call for help rather than walk 8 miles.
I don't think it makes much sense at all, Cameron.
We were looking for trouble, Devin. I think you'll be fine as long as I'm not trying to see shit.
But you just saw...
It was silent. It's silent for a few excruciating seconds.
Ugh. I just want to get the fuck out of here and get you home.
Cameron's ears twitch as Dev raises his voice, which seems to reverberate in the silence. But the coyote just goes on standing there, arms crossed like they almost always were. Yes, psychic or not, I'm unstable. We both know that already.
No.
But I'm not walking miles through scorpion and rattlesnake-infested desert when our solution is right there.
Babe, please, I have a bad feeling.
Sorry, who's the psychic here? Dev, I can do this, trust me. We're outside where nothing's haunted, and we won't be looking for anything, so I'm going.
Cameron!
I prefer you came with me, though!
God damn it!
Devin hurries to catch up with his boyfriend, sliding his paw into Cameron's and gripping it tightly. Cameron has a look on his face like he's a bit pleased with himself, and Devin can't figure out why. It's like the coyote thinks he's winning some kind of game, and Devin has to grit his teeth so he doesn't start an argument all over again. Just an hour ago, Cameron was sobbing after seeing and hearing terrible things, and now he's walking back in the same direction like it's nothing. Maybe the coyote is more resilient than the bear had always thought. And maybe the bear's find out how not resilient he himself is. His stomach growls loudly, and when Cameron jokingly asks if he's hungry, Devin lies and says yes. In reality, it's from anxiety, something he isn't used to feeling all that often. The bear only finds comfort in gripping Cameron's paw even tighter and promising himself that he won't let anything else bad happen to them. Okay, I think that should be a perfect place to leave off on. Perfect. Okay, so this game is actually, wow, really interesting. Okay, Cameron. Well, you might as well just put a sign over on y'all's back saying free meat. Holy shit. Also, I have a question. How can a game like this, which in the echo thoughts for now, it's real. I'm liking this so far. That's all I gotta say about it. I'm liking this so far. they're amping up the fucking dread. Also, also you can clearly tell the relationship is like is at rocky points is at rocky points. Also, quick question, and this is unrelated to anything, but like we see in Echo and as we see in Arches, they fucking don't wear shoes. How do foot fetishes work in this universe? Because no way in hell I'm going to fucking like have that happen. I'm getting off topic. Anyway, really interested and really intriguing right now. So yeah. Flip side coded question. Fucking hell. Oh my god. Flip side, but it's actually Arches, and the only thing different is that Jeremy's in it. But yeah, there is Arches. I'll definitely be playing more of this. Oh my god, the music is so pretty. I love it. Fuck. Anyway. Okay, if you're watching from my YouTube channel, please subscribe and go follow me on Twitch for more streams at twitch.tv/XenoTheCatboy. Tune in tomorrow, like tomorrow on Tuesday, to play for more Where the Demon Lurks, and tune in on Wednesday to watch me play I'm Now the High School Delinquent's Lover, but I Won Out. So yeah, and also follow my Twitter if you want to see more stream updates and other random shit that I ramble about. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see y'all around. Bye bye!